This is Book Talk with Corbin, and I'm your host. Today I want to talk to you about the recent controversy around Phylicia Rashad's Twitter message about her friend, Bill Cosby, being released from jail. Now, I'm directly responding to an article done by Bruce Haring, Haring. And here's the title of that article. Phylicia Rashad walks back her Twitter glee at Bill Cosby's release, but gets Howard University reprimand. Now, this is a quote from that article. Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison in 2018 for sexually assaulting Andrea Constance in 2004, end quote. Now, as you know, folks, Bill Cosby was recently released after the conviction was overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. And please note, Bill Cosby, I think, is in his early 80s, and they sent that man to prison. They sent him in prison. Okay. So Phylicia Rashad's tweet was this, and this is a quote. Finally, a terrible wrong is being righted. A miscarriage of justice is corrected, end quote. Now, Howard University College of Fine Arts, they issued a statement. I think they said that Phylicia Rashad's tweet lacked sensitivity. And so Phylicia Rashad did issue another statement stating, hey, I'm not saying that sexual assault victims should remain silent. As a matter of fact, they should speak out and everybody should support them as much as possible. And that pretty much sums up what she says around that. Now, here's my response to all this. First of all, Howard University needs to shut the heck up. That was one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever seen come out of a college campus and university campus in the United States. Then again, all this political correctness and wokeness is just producing all sorts of craziness and very, very little critical thinking, something that you would expect from a college or university. Very, very little critical thinking was involved here at all. Phylicia Rashad was a friend expressing her support for her friend. That's it. Phylicia Rashad was happy to see her friend released from prison. That's it. Phylicia Rashad felt that her friend was mistreated, unjustly treated. She's glad that was reversed. She's glad to see her friend out and about again. That's it. That's not Phylicia Rashad saying anything about rape. But of course, the American left, they'll twist anything to fit their political narrative. Phylicia Rashad was simply saying, hip hip hooray, I'm glad my friend who was unjustly put in prison is now out of prison. Period. That's it. That's all there's to that. Now let me bring in some other things here too. One thing I like to state is, does anybody remember the O.J. Simpson murder trial and how certain people reacted to his getting off those murder charges? I mean, he got free. He was set free. He was set free. He was put on trial for the killing of Nicole Brown, his ex-wife, Nicole Simpson Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman. He got off. He wasn't convicted. Does anybody remember how certain students on certain campuses celebrated, cheered when they heard that O.J. Simpson got away with murder? Well, let me be a little bit more specific. Does anybody remember how black students, not all, but a good number, at historically black universities and colleges celebrated, cheered, stood up and applauded and cheered for joy when O.J. Simpson got away with it? I wonder what Howard University and other black colleges said about that. Did they talk about a lack of sensitivity? I doubt it. But if I'm wrong, point it out to me. But I just want to at least bring that out. Here's another thing I want to bring out. And I've said this soon after the man was convicted. I will never forget. I used to I was the co-founder of the Bishop Tutu Refugee Fund. This was back in June 1985. Just around that time, Hartford, Connecticut. And there was another Bishop Tutu Scholarship Fund administered by Phelps Stokes. And it basically would bring in South African refugees to attend college and university in the United States. Our work, the Bishop Tutu Refugee Fund, separate organization, we did a different type of work. We actually assisted refugees who fled to neighboring countries. And we assisted them as far as helping them further their education in their host countries, within their host countries, such as, well, namely Lesotho and Botswana. Now, the other Tutu nonprofit group had a fundraiser in Canada, and it was huge. And then it quickly became evident that fundraiser is going to lose some serious money if there wasn't a major donation that come from somebody. So here's what happened. Somebody, and I heard that Harry Belafonte made the phone call, called Bill Cosby. And Bill Cosby, here's how Bill Cosby responded. At the fundraising dinner, this is in Canada, he was piped in, and Bill Cosby said, I'm going to give $1 million. Period. Give $1 million. Save the whole fundraiser. I'm going to give $1 million. And he spoke for a few minutes. That's how Bill Cosby responded. And I'll never forget that. Bill Cosby didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that, but he did it. $1 million to help refugees further their education in the United States so that they would be prepared, they'd be equipped in a post-apartheid society to be a contributing citizen, contributing member of that society. And I have heard many other things that Bill Cosby has done for colleges and universities, namely black colleges and universities. And some things are quite simple, but very powerful, like wearing HBCU sweaters on television. You want to talk about free advertising? I mean, come on, people, think about it. You know, that's like having your product placed in something like Star Wars, and people see, oh, you know, this such and such a company's coffee, or something like that, and it's in the Star Wars movie, and Star Wars doesn't charge you for it. It's just, you know, it's just there. Folks, there's a lot Cosby has done. There's a lot Cosby has done. And I was shocked at how some people did not stand by that man. I'm not saying stand by him as far as, yes, sexual assault is okay. No, sexual assault's wrong. Sexual assault is wrong. But you know what? He went through the system. The system did wrong him, because if you look at the situation and you look at why the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned his conviction, that was the correct thing for them to do. Cosby's defense attorney was real clear. They did the right thing. He should not have been convicted, and he should be released. What I'm saying is that what kind of fair weather friends cannot at least stand by you and say, look, my friend did the wrong thing, he did the wrong thing. And if he did the wrong thing, he needs to suffer the consequences. But he's still my friend, and I'm standing by him, and I'm not going to run away. There are some people that even went as far as to say, oh, we need to take down these plaques and things like that, thanking Cosby for his contribution. Are you full of it? You lousy cowards. You lousy cowards. What kind of friends are you? You're no friends. Oh, okay, so you're going to take down those plaques and all that other kind of stuff? Fine, you do that. Give back that money, too. Give back that money, too. Go on, give it back. You're so offended but what Cosby did and you're so bothered by what he did, then give back that money. You know, just give back. I noticed a lot of you didn't do that, but you still stuck a knife in Cosby's back. I want to make it real clear. I don't support sexual assault. I think it's wrong. And if Cosby had done something, he should have been convicted. But folks, he was wrongly convicted. He was wrongly put in prison, and it was right for him to be released from prison. And just review why the Pennsylvania Supreme Court did what it did. My point is this. Felicia Rashad was just being a friend, just doing what friends do. Friends don't run when you do wrong. Friends don't run when you do wrong. Cowards they'll take your money, and then all of a sudden, whoops, there's some rain coming down, there's a storm coming, and they'll leave you out there in the storm. They'll leave you high and dry. That's a coward. This is Book Talk with Corbin, and I'm your host.